right now, while you're watching this video. Thousands of tiny things are happening in nature that humans almost never see. Flowers are moving, animals are communicating, and entire mini worlds are busy with life. So what really happens in nature when no one is watching? Let's find out. Nature never stops. It's always working, always changing, and most of its processes are completely silent and invisible to our busy human eyes. We walk through a forest or a park and see a still, quiet picture, but beneath that surface, there's a world of hidden movements, secret behaviors, and surprising interactions unfolding every single second. Today, we'll explore the tiny miracles and secret events that happen every moment right under our noses, but we rarely get to witness. We're going to pull back the curtain and reveal the incredible dynamic world that comes alive when no one is looking. First up, let's talk about plants. To us, they look completely still, like living statues. But if we could speed up time, we'd see an entirely different story. Plants are constantly moving. With time-lapse cameras, we see a world where plants stretch, twist, and dance toward the sun. Flowers aren't just pretty. They're active. They open their petals in the morning to welcome sunlight and pollinators, and then carefully close them at night for protection. Sunflowers, as their name suggests, perform a daily ritual, turning their heavy heads to follow the sun's path across the sky, maximizing the energy they receive. Look closer, and you'll see vines reaching out with tiny tendrils, searching for something to grab onto so they can climb higher. Underground, an equally amazing drama unfolds as roots snake through the soil, sensing and growing towards hidden sources of water and nutrients. It's a slow-motion ballet that's happening all around us, a constant, silent struggle for life and light. Now let's shift our focus to the animal kingdom. When humans disappear, animals take over. The world operates on a completely different schedule. As our day ends and we head to sleep, a whole new cast of characters emerges. Nocturnal animals like owls, bats, and raccoons begin their day, venturing out under the cover of darkness to hunt and forage. Their world is one of sound and shadow, and it's a bustling metropolis while we're dreaming. Long before our alarms go off, the early birds are already starting their morning rituals. They fill the pre-dawn air with songs, not just for our listening pleasure, but to claim territory and communicate with each other. Squirrels, those masters of preparation, are always busy hiding nuts for the winter, often when they think no one is watching, creating a mental map of hundreds of hidden treasures, and even the tiniest insects start their daily jobs at first light. Ants march in disciplined lines, bees set off on their first pollen-gathering flights. The animal world is a perfectly choreographed routine that follows the rhythms of the sun, not our clocks. But how do all these creatures coordinate? It turns out nature has its own internet. Communication is happening everywhere, but most of it is completely hidden from us. Take trees, for example. We see them as solitary giants, but underground, their roots are connected in a vast network. Through this network, and by releasing chemical signals into the air, they can send messages to each other. They can warn their neighbors about insect attacks or share nutrients with struggling family members. It's a forest-wide web of communication. On the ground, ants leave behind invisible scent paths like a natural version of Google Maps. These pheromone trails guide their colony mates to food sources with incredible precision. And what about bees? They have one of the most famous forms of secret communication, the waggle dance. A bee that finds a great patch of flowers will return to the hive and perform a special dance, telling the others the exact direction and distance to the food. Animals also have silent ways to warn each other of danger, a flick of a tail, a frozen posture, subtle cues that we would almost certainly miss when we zoom in even further. A whole new universe appears. The world is teeming with microactivity that keeps our planet healthy. A single handful of soil is not just dirt. It's a bustling city with billions of microorganisms. These tiny creatures are working nonstop, cleaning the soil, breaking down dead plants, and recycling nutrients to keep the ecosystem alive. Decomposers, like fungi and tiny insects, are nature's cleanup crew. They work tirelessly on the forest floor, breaking down fallen leaves and dead wood, turning waste back into life. Even a single droplet of water from a pond is a microcosm, full of life, with countless tiny creatures swimming, eating, and interacting. This microscopic world is the engine of our planet. It's a constant, furious dance of life and death that supports everything we see, and it all happens completely out of our sight. Finally, even on the grandest scale, nature is always balancing itself. This delicate equilibrium doesn't need a human audience to function. Predators and prey exist in a timeless dance that keeps populations in check, ensuring no single species becomes too dominant. A hawk soaring overhead or a fox silently stalking its prey are both essential parts of a healthy ecosystem. Weather patterns shift and change quietly. Clouds gather, rain falls, and the sun returns, all part of a global system that distributes water and energy across the planet. Seeds take flight on the wind, traveling miles to find new ground to sprout, ensuring the survival and spread of their species. And perhaps most importantly, plants are continuously and silently releasing the oxygen we need to breathe, refreshing the Earth's atmosphere with every passing moment. Even when we're not watching, nature balances itself. Seeds fly, animals control populations, and the Earth quietly refreshes its air. And all of this is happening every second. Even when we're not watching, nature is alive, busy, and full of wonder. If you love discovering these hidden secrets, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more amazing stories about the world around us. There's so much more to explore. See you in the next one.